Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Autism is My Power. And today, I have a special guest. It's Mandy from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. First, I would like to thank you guys for giving me 100 views on my Noose's Bag video. That really means a lot to me. I'm so shocked that I got like 100 views in like 2 days. I guess you guys like this, so I'm gonna keep going with it. First, who is Mandy? Well, Mandy is from, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Well, technically it used to be called Grim and Evil in 2001. But obviously they separated it when obviously Evil Con Carne wasn't doing as well in ratings. So now we just have the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. And Mandy is a very interesting character. The reason why I'm doing a video on Mandy is because, well, I rarely, and I mean extremely rarely, see any videos about Mandy herself on YouTube. I'm doing one now. So anyway, first, Mandy. Well, let's start with her childhood or lack thereof one. Mandy started off, well, as I said, pure evil. And she had her two parents, which I do not know the name of, but I'll put them up on screen. And yeah, and she first met her first friend, Billy, or I guess butt monkey per se, and it's very interesting how Mandy became friends with Billy because Billy was very persistent, and it's not really explained how Mandy and Billy became friends, but I'm just assuming Mandy just uses Billy, and maybe there's some sort of connection based on what we see at the Big Boogie adventure. But other than that, it is quite strange how they're friends. Fast forward to the present day where they met Grim right here. And he's not your typical Grim Reaper. He's Jamaican. He's Jamaican, man. And and they beat him in a game of Limbo. And now the Grim Reaper is his friend forever. And they have and they go on wacky adventures in episodic ways. But this is kind of why doing the character analysis on Mandy is extremely difficult, because the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is a very episodic and comedy-driven show. But there is some things to go by. Well, what's Mandy's personality? Well, Mandy's personality is very to the point and very straightforward. She can be very mean and callous, and she's a very pragmatic character. But she's very intelligent. And extremely intelligent. She's usually the one that basically put Grim and Billy in check. and everybody around her as well is in check, as everybody fears her for her potential. Like, for example, there's literally an episode where Mandy made everybody disappear in season 1. And at first, it seemed like that Mandy was sad and was about to cry. But all she said was, perfect. Like, in a very devious smile. And I know, guys, some people are going to say, well, Mandy never smiles. I mean, come on, guys. Most BV fair, that's mostly in season 1. But no, and yes, during the change in writing team, they kind of retcon that. But no, Mandy is a pretty creepy person. And there's plenty of episodes where Mandy puts Billy and Grim in check. Heck, you know, if the Grim Reaper is scared of Mandy, you know this is not your average little girl. And my biggest thing in one episode in season 2, she literally ruled the world. That's like basically a few thousand years into the future. She found out how to become immortal, and she rules the world. A clone Billy by her side. It doesn't imply that Billy is so idiotic in the future that he keeps murdering himself. And that was like basically, and the other Billy clone we see in that episode is like the 2001 or something. I just found that hilarious. And I think Mandy really has a soft spot for Billy, in all honesty. Yeah, she don't show it as well, and sometimes she don't care, but she's always the one who basically wants to save Billy. And also I think because, like I said, she does care for him for a certain extent. I don't think Mandy specifically uses Billy. I mean, obviously, yes, she does, but it's always Grim to be like, can we just leave him to die? But no, Mandy always has to go after him, which is pretty hilarious. Now, let's get to the fun part. What are Mandy's mental disorders? Well, I came down with 3. We got oppositional defiant disorder. We got antisocial personality disorder, which is ASPD. And we have depressive disorder. I do think those are Mandy's main primary disorders, and I'm going to put them up on screen so you guys can read them on your own time. But now I'm going to explain why I think she has these 3 disorders. First, let's start with the oppositional defiant disorder. The reason why I think Mandy has this was because of how she treats her own parents. Like, guys remember the episode when she was demanding her mother to basically fix her breakfast, and she wants black coffee, and she wants her to basically her homework done and a document on how to rule the world later on. I mean, but then she became a donkey obviously later on. But yeah, Mandy definitely has oppositional defiant disorder. When have you ever known for Mandy to follow any orders? You can put her with this diagnosis because she's still young. I think she may be around 8 to 9 years old. So yeah, she definitely can have oppositional defiant disorder. Now, don't get me wrong, with the ASPD, Mandy is technically too young to be diagnosed with this, but it's a cartoon, who cares? And Mandy has done far worse things as a child than as she does as an adult. Like I said before, she ruled the world. I mean, that's pretty bad, guys. She ruled the freaking world in the future. And yes, technically that's in the future, and it technically hasn't happened yet, but at the same time, the episode implies that it's going to happen. So that's it. Also, she's president. She was president in the Underfist episode. So, I mean, I'm not going to say most presidents have ASPD, but that says something. And also, with the thing about antisocial personality disorder, she also has no empathy for hardly anybody. Hey, you can argue that she has empathy for Billy, but due to the episodic nature of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, it's very hard to say if that's the case. That's only really in the Big Boogie Adventure special, which is hard to say. Other than that, Mandy doesn't seem to care about Billy unless either Billy needs to do her homework or something, which, why Mandy? Or Billy owes her $5. I mean, and I think those things are true. So I think she definitely has ASPD, which is another factor. And lastly, depressive disorder. I mean, when have you known Mandy the smile past season 1? I mean, no, I don't count that other episode when Mandy is forced to smile at the beauty pageant. I don't really count that. So, no, Mandy seems like she's very depressed as well. She doesn't seem like she does anything fun, and she's always very in a downer mood. And she's always just seems like she's also just a buzzkill. Like, yes, I know Mandy, ironically, guys, even though it's called The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Mandy is not actually in a lot of episodes. But, relatively speaking, right? It's mostly the Billy and Grim show, if I'm being honest, most of the time. But yeah, Mandy, I believe, also has depressive disorder as well. But guys, now I'm about to get into why I did the video. Mandy, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I actually love Mandy as a character. I know that's shocking when I hate Nooses, even though Mandy, honestly, is probably even worse than Nooses in a lot of ways. But the difference is that the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is a comedy-centric show, while the Courage Cowardly Dog is more of a basically, not slice of life per se, but more of a darker story-driven kind of characterized show, which is very interesting. And the only reason why, and if you notice in these episodes, Mandy really gets away with a lot of stuff. And Mandy's quite the interesting character, because you would think that with a character that is so hate-filled and gets her way all the time, you would think you would hate her more. But no, I think in the context of the show, due to the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy being a very dark comedy kind of show, it fits. So I think Mandy winning most of the time is very interesting. And Mandy has a lot of intrigue because, can you name any other characters like in Cartoon Network or cartoon history that's like Mandy? Like, someone that's just pure evil, just has so much ambition and just wants to rule the world and control everything and punch Irwin in the mouth. yeah, but but that's it about Mandy, guys. And like I said, thank you guys so much for giving me 100 views on my News is Bad video. It really means a lot to me. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode based on Mandy. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.